So, a full-blown financial crisis, the first one we've seen in UK markets for many, many years. The pound plunging, mind you, it was falling already. Gilts in big trouble, and of course, interest rates rising as a result. Many, many mortgage products being withdrawn from the market, house sales stalling. The reason? Well, if you believe the narrative, it's because Kwasi Kwarteng did a terrible thing. Yes, the British Chancellor of the Exchequer did something that is considered to be unforgivable now by governments all over the world and the IMF and the OECD and all those big organisations. Yes, he cut taxes. That's not allowed anymore. The globalists want taxes to keep going up. The globalists want government to have more and more control over our lives. Kwarteng was right to cut taxes. Of course he was right. Right to set up investment zones. And yes, taking a risk, increasing borrowing to do it. But here's the truth. The energy bailout that he proposed is 3 times bigger in terms of financial risk and borrowing than the tax cuts. And yet no one talks about that. Why? Because, of course, the world, the Western world particularly, is signed up to the net zero agenda agreed at COP26. Our problems, our real dilemma, is we don't produce our own energy despite having massive reserves of oil, gas and coal. Wind energy, Mr. Starmer, it may sound wonderful, but wind energy on its own doesn't solve the problem because very often the wind doesn't blow. This mess is because of energy. And looking at what's happened to those pipelines that have been blown up in the last 48 hours, Europe and the UK could be in for the grimmest economic winter we've ever seen, perhaps even worse than it was during wartime. So don't buy the narrative, don't buy what mainstream media, don't buy what global institutions are telling you that it's awful to cut taxes. No, it's good to cut taxes. The real reason is energy. We must be energy independent and quickly.